Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are playing around with a bunch of new makeup. I did purchase some new items and some new items were sent. I also want to start this video off by saying I did try to film this yesterday, so there's a few items in here that look like they're dabbled into. We're gonna go ahead and do this again, so they are still new, obviously. And before we get started, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Some of these products are new for myself, but a lot of these products are new in general. I figured I'd combine it all together. So without any more ramble, we're gonna get on into testing new makeup. We're gonna start off with moisturizer. This is new for myself, and this is the Honest Beauty Lightweight Moisturizer. So I'm not sure how old or new it is out there, but it says you can use AM or PM. So, ooh, that is the little pump. Pretty thick actually, which is nice. And I'm gonna go ahead and just apply it. Ooh, feels really calming and cooling on the skin. Actually has more of like a thicker consistency, which I personally like that in moisturizers, especially right before the application of makeup. I feel like a thicker moisturizer is a little bit better. Love that. Just gonna pat that in. I also really like the applicator on it and the way that it has that little pump. For primer, I'm going with the new e.l.f. This is their Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I do have some other products from their Mint collection and I'm really excited to dabble into it, but this one really caught my eye because it's a cooling primer. That's really pretty and it's a little runny, but it feels pretty thick actually while rubbing it in. It actually feels like their dew primer. So I think it's gonna have more of that like dewy effect, a little bit more of the glow for the skin. Pop this on. Okay, this smells so good. It smells like mint, obviously mint, but it smells like a mint like chocolate chip. Oh my goodness, I love that. Also, it is more of that tacky feel. I feel like the foundation is gonna be gripping to this so nicely and totally reminds me of their dew primer from their Jelly collection, I believe it was. I love this. Look at the glow of my skin. That is so pretty. I love like dewy primers like this. I really feel like my foundation literally slaps to it. It definitely is a really good grip and adheres to it so well. This is what it looks like. I love it. It's totally not going to help your pores out in any which way. It's just going to really grip the foundation. This is the Morphe Microfiber Beauty Sponge. So I did do a first impression and review on their new foundation and I did not have the sponge to review in that. But I definitely wanted to just try it out for myself. So like it says, it is microfiber. It has like little fuzzy texture. I'm going to spritz it with some water right now. I have water next to me. And then for foundation, I went ahead and picked up this new Essence foundation. This is called the Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. Like I did go ahead and pick up the shade Neutral Suede 090. Hopefully it matches. Just gonna pump a little on my hand. Ooh, that feels really good. So it's supposed to be a hydrating foundation with hyaluronic acid and aloe vera. It is supposed to be a long wear formula with natural coverage, finish, and a weightless feel. So let's try this out. I love the fact that there's aloe vera in here as well and hyaluronic acid. And I'm just gonna go ahead and dot the foundation. Ooh, it actually feels like a little bit more on the thicker side, but like in a really good way. It doesn't feel like it's runny, but it doesn't feel like super thick. I love a natural finish foundation. You guys probably already know that, but I feel like I'm gonna like this already. I love the way it feels just by dotting it on my skin. And this was only, I believe, $6, $7, something like that. There's also 31 shades as well, so that's amazing that they have a larger range of shades. So I'm gonna start off with the sponge. I'm gonna use the little butt of it first. Ooh, it feels really good. But look at that. Also, don't mind this hair. It doesn't want to stay, so we're just gonna let it chill. I like that. Honestly, I think this is a really, really good match. I'll just build up a little bit more over here, but that looks pretty good to me. Wow. And I do like the sponge a lot. Would I say you need the sponge? No. Definitely get the job done with any other beauty sponge, but I do like the feeling of it, and I do think the coverage is there for like that natural look, you know? So that's cool. For these areas that I really can't get through, I'm gonna take a little bit more of the foundation on the side of the sponge. That's awesome. If you're like me and do your brows before you go in with your makeup, you actually might really love the sponge because you can use that little ridge to like get around. And I think it looks and feels really good. For concealing, I have two options of concealers, and then I have a little brightening pen. The brightening pen is the new e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. I do want to kind of correct a little bit of this darkness, and then we'll bring in the brightening concealer, if that makes sense. So I am going to be using two today, but totally optional. You do not have to. And then as far as like covering up a little bit of this darkness, I have either one of these to go with, which is new for myself. Either the Kokie Be Bright Illuminating Concealer or the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra Wear. And like I said, these are new for myself. Not sure how old they are on the market, but they're new for me. So I'm actually gonna go in with the Kokie one first. This one is in the shade medium beige, and I'm just gonna pop that right here, as well as any troubled spots that I have going on. That looks great. And then I'll go in with the brightening pen in more of like this area, just to keep that kind of bright and lively. But I'm gonna take this concealer and bring it into here. I'm gonna take the same Morphe sponge and use the side to blend it in. Okay, really do like the sponge, changing my mind completely because I do like blending out the side right here with this little edge right here. Of course, can get the job done with a normal beauty sponge, but I think because it's more flat and has that shape to it, I think it really sits perfectly in these areas as well as in here. Next, I'm gonna take the new e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Pen. This is what the applicator looks like. It does have more of that brush tip to it, and you just go ahead and press this little button right here to release it. And mine is in the shade medium 32N. I tried getting a neutral shade. I think it'll just take a moment to get it out. I'm gonna go ahead and just apply right here. But I didn't want it to be like ultra, ultra bright. So I'll just apply it here and inside this area, because I do have some darkness in there. I'm gonna use the side of this now and lightly pat. Oh, I like that. Oh, okay. I think this was like $5. We love all e.l.f., so no surprise that we love this, to be honest with you, but. The other concealer that I obviously love from them is the Camo Concealer. That's one of my favorites, Holy Grail. Wow, I really, really like this. Looks pretty darn good. I do have two setting powders that I can go in with. I have it's new for myself, Absolute New York HD setting powder, or I have the Butter London, and this is the blurring, finishing, and setting powder. I'm just gonna open up both and go from there. Oh, it looks a little bit deep. Has a little bit of an illuminating look to it. Oh, so I'm gonna just do that. I don't know if I should be, but we're gonna do it because I already started. But it has a little bit of like a glow to it. Okay, so that's good for there. I don't want to add it anywhere else just because of the fact that there's a lot of highlighter to it. But for under my eyes in that direct area, go in with the Absolute New York powder, which is just a setting powder, a little bit more of that neutrally kind of pink color. And I'm gonna use the other side of this to cut under here. I have a new bronzer, but it is more of like a bronzer blush duo, and it's a little bit more of like not a bronzer I would use to like contour with. So I'm just gonna go in with this newest palette that I did get. I have used it before, but I haven't used it like a ton. So Physicians Formula All-Star Face Palette, and I'm just gonna go in with this bronzing shade right here just to kind of sharpen up. I'm not gonna go overboard today. I'm just gonna do a little bit just to kind of define it a tad. And then we're gonna get into the eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and take this new OFRA. This is called Unit, and it's the blush and bronzer duo. I'm just gonna use this bronzer right here, just a tiny touch of it, being careful not to get the blush like I just did. I'm just applying that right here and like the back. The new Lancome concealer to prime my eyes. On my fingertips, it's actually really thick, so you don't need a lot. And now I'm gonna go in with some of the new brushes from the e.l.f. Mint collection. Super pretty color. Love that mint green. Screams spring. We need that right now. But really pretty white haired brushes. And now I'm going to go in with the new e.l.f. little palettes right here. These are super, super cute. I love the little green pops in here. This one's called Chocolate Mint. So pretty. Like, look at that. I'm obsessed with that. Neutrals, a little pop of green. Obsessed. And this one is called Meant to Be, which is more of just your mint colors, which is super, super stunning. Love that. Not sure what I'm gonna go for today. Maybe we'll just use the mint as like a pop of color. Not too sure. I also have this new palette from Laura Lee Los Angeles. This is the Nudie Patootie palette. Love this palette. I have yet to try it out, but I have tried the other palette. This looks stunning. Maybe I'll go in with the shade called Streaking, which is a really nice, pretty matte, blended into my upper crease. Love this mirror on here too, wow. Really pretty. That blended so nicely. These shades are like so up my alley because they're like neutrals. A little base going. Pretty. Super pretty. Wow. Okay. Totally my tone of eyeshadow whenever I do wear eyeshadow, so knew I was gonna love that. I'm gonna go in with this brown shade right here. I'm gonna pop that right underneath that other shade, right into like the actual crease, just to define that up a little. These are like perfect palettes for like on the go, and like pigmentation of these are just out of this world, so good. You just can't beat. Like they're $3, $4. I can't get over. And the quality is just so good. I'm gonna go in with this little guy, which is called Mint to Be, and I'm gonna take this deeper type of green color right here. Super pigmented, whoa. And I'm gonna go in with their brushes now. I'm gonna use this one, looks like a little smudger brush, and run that on my lower waterline, lash line area. Oh wow, that's really pretty. I'll probably get back into that after my lashes are on, just so it's like more complete, you know? But really pretty. I love the tone of it. Really pretty. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with one of these pops of, oh, I think I'm gonna go with this one. It's like more of an icy kind of mint color. This flat top brush now, and take a little bit of that. I'm gonna pop that into the inner area of my eye. Now, you know what? I'm gonna use a smaller brush just because I have like a smaller eye area that I don't wanna like put a glob there. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of a smaller brush and pop it right here. Very simple, yet still there, like definitely still minty. That first palette, the chocolate mint palette, and take that first minty color. Kind of right on top of it a little bit to brighten it up a little bit, but keep that sparkle from the other shade. So I'm gonna go in with blush. Now I'm gonna be taking a little bit of this cream blush, which I could have done before setting my face, but I didn't. This is the new NARS Air Matte Blush. Kind of reminds me of the e.l.f. ones actually. That's what it looks like. This one's in the shade Freedom, really, really pretty color. I'm gonna actually take a little bit on the sponge and pop it right here. I like to do mine here and upwards. Wow, that actually just like blends right in. Okay, love that. This blush is so pretty though. So I'm gonna pop a little bit of that on with a stippling brush. Up in there. Pretty. So I'm gonna quickly spritz my face with the new setting spray. This is by Absolute New York. Again, new for myself, and it's just their Prolong setting spray. So I'm going to quickly shake it up and spray it all over my face. We're gonna get into some highlighter. The new OFRA Milk and Cookies. This is the collab with Steph Toms. This is stunning, you guys. It's a split pan. It is new, like yesterday new, like launched yesterday. So we're using it. I have used it for myself and I absolutely adore it, but of course I need to bring it here and share with you guys. So this is the split pan, lighter champagne, a little bit of a darker champagne. Their pigmentation is literally like no other. I cannot get over it. I love their highlighters. You guys already know that. I've been using their highlighters for forever. I'm gonna start off with this lighter one and put that right here. And put it right in the back. Oh, like look at that. I just love it so much. A little bit on the ears, because why not? Cupid's bow. Nose. Yeah, that is literally stunning. Now I'm gonna take that beauty sponge actually and just kind of dot on top of it, and that just meshes everything together. If there's like one product you're gonna buy that's from this video that's brand new, try this out. So now I'm gonna get into some lashes, and I'm gonna do them off camera, but I'm gonna go in with these new Ardell lashes. These are called the Texturize, and they are style 576. And I believe the band is completely invisible, which is so up my alley. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these on off camera, and I will come right back. I'm actually probably gonna trim the ends just a little bit. I'm gonna quickly go back in with this little green color right here. Once the lashes are on, apply a little bit more of this darker green down here. And now blend it away with another brush, because I think that's like a little too much. For mascara, to go ahead and blend the false ones with mine, I'm gonna go in with this new Revlon So Fierce Big Bad Lash. Now, this I believe is new, semi-new. I don't know how new, but I definitely did receive it not too long ago, so I'm gonna use it. But I'm just gonna lightly blink on it just to get it to the root. So I really do like the bristles on this mascara. I love the wand on it. I love that there's like a little indentation ridge in there, like so. I don't know if you can tell, but like there's like a little beveled edge in there, and that really hooks onto the lashes. So love that. Going at the new Persona lip liner. This is in the shade Almond. So this is just a nude liner. A little bit more on like that warmer nude. Now I really want to use this lip plumping gloss from e.l.f., which is part of their mint collection as well. This is called A Hint of Mint, and it just looks like so. It's like a clear lip plumping gloss with a little bit of a hint of green to it, which is really pretty. I don't think it's going to add too much of a green tint to my lips, so we'll see about that, but just wanted to quickly line first, and now I'm going to go in with this. It smells just like mint. Oh, super pretty. So yeah, just like a typical gloss. It's supposed to plump, so I'm excited. Super glossy, like, love that. Look at that high shine though. All right, so once I've done that, that completes this trying new makeup. Absolutely adore these little palettes right here from e.l.f. Can't go wrong with them. Of course, the highlighter from OFRA, you guys. I love it. Love the base makeup. I love the foundation from Essence. Amazing. Love the primer as well. Honestly, love everything that I tried. I'm super excited that I got to try a bunch of new makeup. Again, I'm gonna have them all listed below for you guys in the description, so check there. I believe that's all for this video. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next video.